Boom, boom, boom. What's up, boys? Wake up. Get out of the haze. I'm in Boston and I'm about to head out to a flight. But I wanted to tell you 3 things that I wish I knew about high ticket closing before getting into high ticket sales. And these things are ideas that I never actually understood or realized before I got into closing and into being a high ticket closer. So if you're thinking about getting into closing and you're thinking about high ticket sales as a whole, listen to this because it's really important and it's going to give you some clarity, some guidance before you get your journey started. You can make $10K a month as a closer. Just to be clear, sales is one of the most powerful skill sets you can have, and we call this the primary skill set. It's the skill set that allows you to work in virtually any business and solve massive problems for the business because of how important you are. That is what high ticket closing is. That's what sales is. And you can make 10K per month at a baseline with high ticket sales. But there's of course a couple of things you should understand that most people on YouTube simply don't talk about. You're solving a problem of time for a business owner when you work as a closer, and that's the most important thing. You can make $1,000 from an hour-long conversation. That's what I do. I'm in Boston, I'm training a private client, so got paid a nice chunk of money there. And then in my free time, when I'm not working with the client, working on the project, I'm closing from my room. Big window in front of me, and I'm closing. That's it. And I literally will hop on a call for an hour and I'll make $1,000. The person pays $7K for a package. I get paid that, plus a bonus on top of that for them paying in full. They get paid $1,000. The most important part of a 7-figure business is sales, because you will have no business if you don't make sales. So as a closer, you're an important part in the business and you can work from anywhere. Those are the good things. Now, I want to talk to you about the reality, because a lot of guys don't understand the reality of closing until they actually experience it and it smacks them in the face. And I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to know what you're getting into. Or if you already are a closer or a setter, I want you to understand what you're actually going to be experiencing at a high level. To become a 6-figure closer, you have to be good. You cannot just be average. It's impossible. If you want to make money, 6-figure money, you have to be good as a closer. You can't be average. And the hardest skill in closing is handling objections. That's the hardest skill. Understanding how to help someone get out of their own way, understanding how to help someone overcome their limiting beliefs and the things that hold them back, and move in towards signing up for the program, paying 10K, paying 5K, paying 20K for a program for some kind of service. And there's 3 things that I wish that I knew when I got into closing, which I'm going to share with you here. Number 1 is I wish I knew that you have to be good at handling objections, because people have anxiety about buying or making decisions to change their lives. Now, what happened was I built a business before I became a closer. So I built a business and I got it to 6 figures. And in this business, I didn't get a lot of objections when I was doing sales, because everyone wanted to work with me and my marketing was really on point. So there wasn't a lot of friction between them and them buying and making a decision to start working with me and me selling them. There wasn't so much friction because it was me. But when I became a closer and I started working for other business owners that were making 7-8 figures, what started happening is I realized that people did have a lot of fears, not a crazy amount, but they did have fears about investing themselves and making a decision to get results. So the real truth is that finding good companies to work with, and this is the second thing I wish I knew, finding good companies to work with takes time and it takes trust. You can be on bad offers and make no money. When I got my first closing gig, this is what happened. It was a 7-figure business that was completely falling apart. I was so excited because I believed in the vision of the company. I believed in what this guy was doing, and he talks a big game. He's has done some things in his life. He's made millions of dollars, and I trusted him and I went into their business as their head closer. They removed their other closer, fired him, and brought me into business. I barely got paid. That's the truth. I barely got paid. They withheld payouts too. They were paying late. They didn't have their budget balanced. They weren't doing their accounting right. It was all a mess. It was all a fucking mess. And the company eventually, they fired 8 of their employees, including myself. Even though we weren't fired, we were just let go because they couldn't pay us, essentially. And the business shut down. They got tons of bad reviews, went through a whole scam. It was a terrible thing. And unfortunately, I was a part of that. But I learned, and I realized that in order to find good companies to work with, it takes time and it takes trust. The best companies are not going to hire you unless they trust you. And also it takes time to find the best companies that are willing to hire you. That's important. You can be on bad offers as a closer and make no money. So you could think you're going to make a bunch as a closer just because it sounds cool. High ticket closing is all that. And you could end up making no money. And I don't want that to happen to you. The third thing I wish that I realized is that if you're not willing to do the work, you will be in over your head, because closing is not easy. I want to be clear on that. Closing is a ticket to freedom. It's a ticket to living a life on your terms, and it's a ticket to making a lot of money. But it isn't easy. Having a ticket doesn't mean it's easy to get the ticket. If you're looking for an easy way to make money, then high ticket sales is not for you. I'm serious. If you want something easy that's going to make you money, high ticket sales isn't for you. Get into something else, because it's not this. And then the other thing that's important, which really helped me actually get good and helped me build the life I wanted where I can work anywhere. I literally am in Boston. I just came back from New York, visiting my parents for Thanksgiving, traveled to Bali, I live in Budapest, Hungary. I can live and do anything I want anywhere because I know how to close and because I have the skill. So what I want you to understand is the idea of self-mastery. This is something I talk about in all my videos. But everyone wants money. Everyone wants cash. But the men who practice self-mastery are the ones who will succeed. And what self-mastery is, the way I define it, is putting yourself in the best position to win by doing three things. One, becoming expert level at your primary skill. Okay, becoming an expert at a primary skill. Are you an expert? If you're not an expert, you're not going to be having success. You have to be expert level. This doesn't mean you have to be the best, but you have to be among the best. And the best could be a lot of people too. There could be a lot of bests, but you have to be in the best. This is why I hone in on sales and I get so good, and I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in personal mentorship and coaching over the years so I could be the best or one of the best at this primary skill, which is sales and understanding closing. The second part of self-mastery is discipline and eliminating vices. What are the things that keep you trapped in the haze? What are the activities you're involved in that keep you distracted, that keep you weak, that keep you off of your purpose? Because that's the haze. That's what you need to discipline yourself to get away from. Porn, alcohol, sleeping in late, slacking off, scrolling social media. All those distractions, all those things keep you in the haze. They keep you not seeing what's in front of you, not seeing clearly. The haze is what some people call the matrix. I like calling it the haze. It's this cloud of fog and dirt and dust that covers your eyes and doesn't let you see what's in front of you. The guy who has less talent but shows up every single day is going to always get more success than the talented guy who slacks off. Remember that. I put that in my notes here. It's so important. The guy who has less talent but shows up every single day is always going to get more success than the talented guy who slacks off. So I want you to continue showing up. I want you to be consistent. And this is how I was able to start making 1K from an hour conversation because of self-mastery. Getting 3K a week, 15K in a month because of self-mastery. I was able to do this. And it was because of my skill. Don't forget, part of self-mastery is skill development. It's not just this idea of, oh, I'm gonna do self-development and do NoFap. You have to learn the skill, you eliminate vices, and then you stay consistent and you show up. You stay consistent and you keep showing up. You don't stop. That's the key. Okay? So if you want to become a closer, if you're looking at being a closer, it's not this rosy job that's just an easy ticket to freedom. It is a ticket in itself, but it's not like, oh, I just show up and get paid. You have to be fucking good or you're gonna get smacked around by the people you're selling to and no one's gonna buy it. And you're gonna end up making $1,000 a month, $500 a month. How do I know? It happened to me as a closer until I got good. All right, then I got good, and then I started making crazy good money. Take care, wake up, stay out of the haze, take action. I'm sick, by the way, and the light is hitting my eyes and I have a massive headache, but I still wanted to make this training. That's why I have the glasses on. Take care, and I'll see you boys on the next one, okay? Peace out.